Good. So thank you for the introduction, and thank you, Mark, for having me here today. It means a lot to me. My name is Tiffany, and to start with, I want to ask if anyone knows the definition of failure. No? Okay, so like any lecture that you go to, the first lecture is always about the definition. And so failures here means lack of success or the unsuccessful person or things and so on. So I'm sure some of you have faced some failures before, like failures of public exams, failure of driving tests, of relationships, and so on. And we are very young at this stage. So the good news is we haven't experienced devastated failures, but a bad news is we are gonna face them as we grow up. So growing up in Hong Kong, I know failure is a big issue in our society because we are brought up or we are trained to be numb to anything but success. And we often hear the aunties or uncles saying, oh, you fail this because you don't get enough grades, or you fail this because you are not smart, or you fail this because you are not rich. You fail at the starting line. They always say this, right? And I was so sad when I saw the news about primary school kids jumping off the buildings because they think they are failing their parents' expectations. And so today I'm gonna talk a bit about my failure. And before that, I'd like to introduce myself for a bit more. I am a native local Hong Konger, if you are wondering for my skin color. I have been so lucky and grateful for my entire upbringing. So last Christmas holiday, I was traveling with my ex-boyfriend in Japan. And when we were walking down the street in a cold winter, we were talking about life, and suddenly he turned his head and asked me, have you ever failed? So that moment, I was quite shocked. And I tried so hard, searching my entire memory bank, trying to find a piece of failures because I wanted to empathize with him. But then I could not find any major failures in my life. So I asked him, what about you? What about you? And he told me he failed at getting into the investment banking industry. And I guess that's a lot of dream for graduates. So at that moment, I look back to my life. How am I so lucky? I wanted to study in the UK at the age of 15, and so I did. And then I secured all my summer jobs and internships. I got all my UCAS uni offers, plus Hong Kong universities offers. I passed my driving test at the first attempt. I solo backpack, and I have traveled to 50 countries. So life was like so amazing, and it's like a fairy tale to me. And in Disney, you would say I'm like the princess, enjoying her life, except I don't have a prince yet. However, something happened, and it's the first time that things did not go too well in my life. So until a few months before, I guess everyone saw the big event in Hong Kong. And who has read news? Who has read this kind of news? So I applied for the Miss Hong Kong pageant this year, and this happened. The reasons I went for it is another story, but one thing I was so sure was that I would be very lucky that I could go on to semifinal. And I trusted the newspaper and the media. So I thought of, yay, I'm gonna learn makeup, I'm gonna learn catwalk, I'm gonna wear pretty dresses, I'm gonna have a fans club, blah 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 blah. But nope. This time is a hard no in my face. And I was so disappointed and I felt super bad. Especially when you see your name was everywhere, literally everywhere on the news. And when you open my WhatsApp, everyone was sending me news and, oh, congratulations, blah, 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 as if the whole Hong Kong knew it. So I was so disappointed now that everyone knows that. So what am I gonna do if I didn't get into the semifinal? The plan was to get into the competition for 2 months and then see where life will take me. But the bubble suddenly pops. And so do I need to get a job and settle down? But I wasn't ready at all. So the following days and weeks, I spent a lot of time sleeping. Honestly, it became my new habit. Every day I slept for more than 12 hours because the next day I had to think of what to do today. I did not want to face my family because I just feel ashamed. I did not want to go out even though there were a lot of long lost friends invitation, and I had a cold war with my mom for almost a month. And I don't remember how many nights I cried myself to bed because the next day I had to wake up pretending to be strong and brave and independent and stuff. A lot of automatic negative thoughts, and they ruined my days. It is very painful to feel alone while also feeling that you have a lot to give. But no one understands me that time. However, gradually I fought my way out. So one day I woke up. I'm like, now that everyone knows that you want to be a TED Talk speaker, so are you gonna do it or not? Then I jumped out of my bed, and the first thing I did was to change my desktop screen cover to this, and it always works. And I keep listening to songs in the Greatest Showman just to cheer myself up. I got 2 job offers and now happily engaged with hospitality industry. Oh, and in August, I achieved one of my tiny dreams of visiting the US, marking it as my 50th country I've been to. Oh, wait. So today, looking back at all the news and articles and pictures, I just feel really proud of myself that I made a decision and I have gone so far from it. And if anyone asks me again, have you ever failed? I will still say no, I did not, because I just learned from a lot of experiences and they add up to my life. And failures are not called failures if you base on your definition in your dictionary. It is not failures that define us, but how we respond to it. I set myself up for that failure because in order to succeed, you have to learn from failure. So today, I'm standing right here facing all kinds of possibilities. And I'm not any researcher or entrepreneurs or business leaders, founders, whatever, with a big title yet. I'm achieving a small dream of being a TED Talk speaker. And if there is one thing that I want you guys to take away today, it will be 2, your failures are gonna make your TED Talk longer. Thank you.